Hey guys, what's going on? I just wanted to jump on really quick and tell you a little bit more about why I got into real estate investing on the rental side for really my first deal. That's because I found out very quickly that wholesaling and flipping houses, they're great, but it's not real estate investing. It's just another job. Okay. So pretty much this backstory behind it is, I started getting into wholesaling. I watched something online that said that wholesaling is, the easiest way to break into real estate. It sounded well and good. And really it's, no money down real estate, right? You can flip houses, but in a sense, you're not flipping houses, you're flipping a contract. So what I went after was, finding ways to jump into this. And a couple different options are hanging bandit signs, sending direct mail to houses. These are all ways that you can find deals, but the problem is they do cost money. And the fact that, that when they say no money down and it doesn't require any money, I mean, sure, everything requires money to some degree. The biggest thing for me was I wanted to get into real estate. I wanted to get into the game, so I went after it. And I got a whole bunch of signs printed up. I remember getting a huge shipment, a box full of 200 signs. I think most of which are still probably sitting in my parents' garage or something. I got a bunch of, what the heck do you call those things? Like the stands, like the little metal stands to put them on the highway and stuff. And I got my dad's hammer and would go out on Saturday mornings when it was freezing and it was still dark, and I would go with a ladder and go put up these signs all over the place. And I'd spend 6 hours in the morning putting up all these signs, and I did it for probably a couple months, every weekend or every other weekend. And it was frustrating because I spent, a couple $100s on the signs. I spent a lot of my time on the Saturday mornings putting up these signs and really wasn't getting anywhere with it. Then I finally, I looked into it and they said, well, no, you should be sending letters to lists that we get. And I got some lists that you could get anywhere on the internet. A lot of different companies offer it. Lists of people that are distressed sellers or sellers that are, maybe have been clear on their mortgage for a long time, could be older, whatever, and started selling yellow letters. Yellow letters are pretty expensive. When you get to it, you're talking a couple $1,000s every time you send out some stuff. And they want you to do multiple touches, of course. So that's a big thing they talk about in the real estate, in the wholesaling space, is multiple touches. Sending a letter the first time and a postcard the second time. Now, you're supposed to start a new campaign every couple weeks. So, it's at $1,000 campaign. And then before you know it, you're sending the postcards, which is maybe half the price. But then you're supposed to start a new campaign the next week. So very quickly it got out of control, and I squashed that because, again, the responses I was getting responses, but nothing was fruitful. Nothing really seemed to be worth a deal. A lot of people really mostly complaining. Again, it works for some people. I'm not saying it didn't work. It doesn't work for some people. But I think the myth is that it's not going to cost you money. It costs you a lot of money, and it costs you a lot of time. And again, the end goal of it is you're just getting a commission. If I did get one of those deals, I'd be making maybe, 10 grand, 20 grand max, and then I'd start all over again, right? Flipping contracts is great, but it's a lot of work, and it's not making your money work for you. It's just you're basically trading your time and effort for money, which is why it is not real estate investing or an investment. Same thing goes with flipping. I'm actually flipping a property right now, and it's a lot of work. And, I did it for a number of reasons, and I could get into the reasons in the future. I did it for a lot of reasons, like building connections with some people in the industry and getting in people's good graces. But, this was a good reminder of me I should really focus more on rental properties, because we put in a lot of time, we put in a lot of effort. I'm paying a hard money lender every month. There's points down. I have to pay out the realtor when I'm done. my dad and I did a lot of work on the house. And when all's said and done, we've had the thing for 6 to 8 months now, and somewhere between 6 to 8 months, I don't remember exactly where, but we'll make a profit on it. But for the amount of money we put into it and time we put into it, a lot of people could just work at a pretty good job and make the same return. So it really is a job. The flips, the reason I do the flips is to build capital so I could, use that capital to roll into rental properties, which is really the king. So, with the flipping of the houses, I just want people to know, listen, it's not real estate investing. Real estate investing and the pure wealth building part of it is the fact that you pay for a property initially, and then you have someone else pay for your property over time while you collect. And at the end of the day, you're left with an asset, and you also hopefully have a cash flowing property where you're making residual income every month. And that's exactly what I did with my first deal. I did a combination of two things. I flipped it, and I also put tenants in it, and it's a cash flowing property as well. I get $2,000 a month in my pocket after all my mortgage, taxes, everything's paid every month. So it's the avenue that I started with. It's the avenue that I want to continue with, and it's an avenue that I want to teach everyone in this group about, which is leveraging the resources that are around, leveraging some of these programs that the FHA has, and being able to kickstart your career in the right track so you will learn immediately the benefits of real estate investing for really just some low money down. All right. So save your money on the flips, save your money on wholesaling. Don't waste your money on that. Save that money up for a down payment and get it on your first rental property. All right. Hope you guys have a great day. And if you have any questions, please comment below. I need questions. I gotta have more stuff to talk about for you guys. So, help me help you. All right, dudes. Later. Dudes and dudettes.